you can just put your hand and just watch it all just crumble away. It's just unbelievable. So that's the front corner of our house right now. That was the worst we saw in this project to replace the foundation under our home. If you want to go back to our first video where I'm describing this project and you can get a better understanding of it, take a look, click at the card up there. This particular dry rot was in a corner of our house, the front right corner of the home. And it's just something they noticed as they were doing the excavation of the foundation. And you can see here, they came back, actually, this was all taken after the new foundation was put in. They came back to deal with this. You can see the exposed, this is the interior wall there. That is the plaster and lathe of the interior wall. This is how it was done back in 1930 when the house was built. There's no insulation. It's just lathe and plaster, air, and then stucco on the outside. You can also see evidence here, bugs, termites, they loved this area. The moisture, we believe, came from the roof, a leak in the roof that just dripped down over the years and just rotted this out. So we got that taken care of, and we're glad to have that addressed. That's really the worst that we saw. The other place where the dry rot really came up was in the sill plate that joins the home to the foundation. So terminology wise, this is the sill plate, this piece of lumber here, concrete foundation down below, floor joists, flooring, and so forth up above. This is really where they found quite a bit of dry rot, almost around the entire perimeter of the house. And of course, we're getting a new foundation put in. We didn't want to have it attached to crumbling lumber and have our house sitting on that. So we had to get that done. Added expense, added time, something we had to deal with as well, of course. The other thing about the sill plate that's so important here in California is the seismic considerations. We're an earthquake country, and these bolts are what hold the house to the foundation. There are many cases in earlier days in California where you'd have houses during an earthquake completely slide off their foundation. And so now code requires that we have it bolted to the foundation. You need a good solid sill plate to enable that to happen. You'll see evidence in the video I'm about to show that work had been done in the intervening years to try to attach the house to the foundation using straps. Of course, back in 1930, they didn't have a requirement for this. So there are straps, but it was done sporadically. Even today, if you're going to retrofit an old house and make it seismically up to date using that methodology of straps to the foundation, there's standards that have to be met. Those were not met here. The straps were strangely placed, and there certainly weren't not nearly enough of them. So feel good about having that resolved. The video also you're going to see is more of the excavation work that was done, the jackhammering. It was very noisy. There's 4 of us living in this house during the pandemic, so we're working from here, doing school from here. So that was a challenge, of course, but we're glad we got it done. We feel good about having a house with a decent foundation under it. So enjoy this video, and we'll have one or two more that'll wrap up the project.
Sorry.
It's okay.
¿Quiere que lo corte otra vez? Córtalo de 14, exacto. Otro de esos, ¿verdad? Igual.
So day 1 of week 2. Unfortunately, they're already covered everything up, so it's hard to show what's happened here. One of the main things, though, is replacing the sill underneath underneath all the studs. So the sill that connects to the foundation, which they found was rotten. I've showed in some previous videos. Here's an example of some of what our sill looked like that they've pulled out. So yeah, definitely needs replacing. It's just one of those things you just can't say no to fixing that. There's some more of it here. So they're doing more digging. This is around the fireplace. So this is our chimney all the way up. And they're not raising the fireplace, but they are putting a huge pad around it. Obviously, here's the gas meter, gas intake. That's the main gas line down there that is now fully exposed, which they have not yet hit. Fortunately, as they're digging, you can see they're going all the way in. The foundation here, totally gone now. It's into the crawl space. And this is going to continue. This removal of the foundation. Past this fence, this is where they stopped. And it's going to go to the other side of the house. So we're going to start digging here soon. All of this is going to go. This patio here, these steps are going to go so that they can continue to dig. Get rid of all of this. Not the air conditioner, fortunately, since it's been over 100 degrees here in the day. But all this foundation is going to go in this planter and so forth. It's all gone. So that's where we are today. Good progress overall, and I'm excited to have a level, safe house soon. The weather here has been very strange. It's been extremely hot, up, as I said, over in the triple digits. At the same time, we've had these weird high clouds and even some thunderstorms. And it just creates a sort of eerie feeling around. When I was a kid, we'd call this earthquake weather down in Southern California. And that's, of course, exactly what we don't want right now while our house is propped up on stilts. No earthquakes. Fingers crossed. Well, 2.5 weeks in on the foundation project. Forms are built. Still haven't poured concrete in the front of the house. They've had to make some modifications around the chimney here because of the gas line. So we've got that gas line there. And so they're building a form to prevent the concrete from covering the gas line. But that means they've had to extend around the chimney a little bit further than they planned to provide the additional support. While doing this, they've also continued to find dry rot in the sill plate. So they're replacing the sill plate as they go, and that just takes more time as well. So I'm going to go down and take a look. I've got all my clothes on for going underneath the house. Figured it'd be fun to go down and take a look at what's going on. We'll try down here. Start. All right. Wow. So they are doing quite extensive work under the chimney. That is something else. So that's what we were just looking at. It's going outside again, all the way around the chimney. And they're pretty much digging out entirely underneath it. Not all of it, to lay down this foundation to support it better. This is the gas line that they're a little nervous about. So they're trying to avoid, of course, breaking into this. By the way, look at this. Look at the sill plate. I don't even know what that is. Some sort of support. This is the office / patio foundation that they're trying to decide what to do with, because it's got its own problems. But man, there's some seriously rotten wood. So here's all the work that has been done around the air conditioner. No foundation. I've taken that all out. And here's the other side of the office I was talking about. They're trying to decide what to do with this. So let's go take a closer look. So, more temporary supports. That would look so beautiful compared to what we've got. So obviously they're going to be replacing all of this. This here is where someone had tried to strap the sill plate to the old foundation, because the old foundation was crumbling just like the sill plate. And I think this was their idea of seismic stability. There's another one down there. All right, onward. Here's an old stovepipe from when this house probably had a stove. Who knows how many decades ago that was. It's a 90-year-old house. That could have been here for a long, long time.